Okay, let's get the meeting started. We're here to discuss this letter that we're going to be sending to the mayor concerning the validity of the economic development TIF that they're putting on the community. Do you have any discussion on it? The commissioners have already signed it, I understand, right, Dale?
Yes.
And the school board?
Yes.
Signed. It's just needing our approval too.
Can I see your version, Dale?
What he's handing you is, I'm double checking it, it is the same version that was sent to you in your email.
This doesn't have the spelling and punctuation mistakes. It's a copy that Sharon has.
Because I haven't seen the one that Dale has either.
And we want Scott to read it so everybody knows what we're talking about. No.
They'll go rescind, the city's gonna rescind that Friday anyway, but we still go ahead and have the letter read in case they back.
How do you know that?
We got word a little while ago that the redevelopment commission will consider on Friday rescinding the TIF district on their own. I still think it's important that we go ahead and send the letter, just to kind of back up what our feelings here are.
Tensions.
You know, the city's had a problem with the way they've constructed their redevelopment commission over the last 3 years. And generally speaking, that wouldn't be any of our concern. But when those 5 people put something in place that negatively affects our cash flow for decades, and when I say our, I mean county government, as well as the taxing units throughout the rest of the community. I think we owe it to our constituents, all of our constituents, but especially those we share with the city, to stand up and say, whoa, wait a minute. Let's start over and do this the right way, especially when we really didn't get consulted the way we would hope we would be consulted. And really that letter is a request to go ahead and eliminate the TIF district, and hopefully we can repair the damage that's been done to our relationship with the city, and develop a partnership that should have always been sought to begin with.
Are you aware of some damage?
Look, from our part, I really believe that we need to, we should have had more consultation about the TIF district. So it is a little damaged, at least in my mind, from our perspective. But I don't know about their perspective.
Yeah, I was getting at their perspective.
I don't know of anything from their perspective.
Did you just say that the mayor's gonna do what?
That's what Scott told
Well,
us.
I learned from the mutual attorney that we shared with the city that the redevelopment commission will consider rescinding it Friday.
May I make the comment? I talked to the executive officer in the Association of Realtors today at a luncheon, and he was one of the people who pushed the TIFs. He said they're a great economic development thing for cities, but he said they're being abused. They were never intended to take in corporations, but just specific projects, and that's what's being done here. And if they can set it up for a specific project, I want to redevelop Connersville, I want the good things for our town, but you can't cut us off for 25 years of taxing the whole community. That's not many increases or development. So I agree with you, Scott, we need to.
Well, so I'd like to make, unless there's any further discussion, I'd really like to make a motion that we authorize Bob to sign the letter that's already been signed by the school board president and the library board president and president of the commissioners.
I
Second.
second. Go ahead.
We'll second it.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Bob, I think the county was left out in the dark on most of this. I think that's where everybody's upset about, that there should be more talking between the two
Well, I
entities.
spoke with another commissioner today, and he was on area planning with me. He said, yeah, we were not told the whole story.
Right.
Like I said, I don't think area planning was advised the
No,
ultimate
well,
goal.
he was there. He said, no, we weren't given all the information.
And I think it was wrong. I hope going forward that they'll do what's right.
If they do it right, I'm all for development, but it's gotta be done so we're not hurting here, because frankly, we had to pay the bills.
Well, we've got, I would just like for us to try to build the kind of partnership where we can go forward together and have it be, I would love for us to all get on the same page.
Well, we need to go back to having the joint meetings like we used to have.
If it becomes beneficial for folks, sure.
Well, I think
But I think there's a lot of conversations that need to be personal conversations, you know? One-on-one to get to know each other a little bit better and maybe do more listening to each other than we talk, you know?
Yeah. I think there's a lack of communication between the two sides.
The city and county have always had issues from, you know, we've always gotten along better at times than we have at others, but right now we need to work real hard on improving it.
Well, after this was passed in December, in fact, before that, I asked for time with the mayor, discussed the redevelopment area with him, and I know from people that I talked to on city council, except for one individual, that I think they were left in the dark about that this was going to be TIF. There would be a bond purchased for this TIF project. I think a lot of them are still in the dark on all that, and how much the bond was going to be for, how much the TIF district was valued at. I called a commissioner in Wayne County, friend of mine for 50 years plus, and he said you could only bond 15% of the value of the TIF, which I didn't know. I assumed you could bond the whole thing, and they weren't aware of that. So I think there's a lot of people left out of.
Yeah, TIF can be a complicated tool,
Yeah.
you know?
I think
so-
a lot of people on the city council side was also in the dark on what all this involved.
Well,
And I know area planning was.
I don't think we have people in the dark anymore. We know what it is, we know what it should be, we know what it can't be, and this would put in his court now what he wants to do with it. We can take it from there.
Are you guys gonna go back to the APC that was misled too?
He'll have to, if he develops a new TIF, he'll have to come back to APC and go through the city council and APC once again.
But hopefully this time, before all that started, there can be conversations amongst various
Yes,
taxing
absolutely.
entities in the community, and if they want to do that again.
We can't throttle our county for just, you know, move on
The
from
county,
here.
the schools, the library, you know,
I mean,
all of
Sheriff's
it.
Department, the
All
courthouse,
of them.
we got the whole thing here. And it has to be run. And we don't, if it was done the way they're doing it now, eventually our residential people will be paying a full 1% on their tax base. It's only because we have to pay the bills one way or another. And we'll
It
have
has
to
to
put
be
it on
made
our
up
citizens.
somewhere.
And that's not what we want to do here.
Have we concluded our business for this special
Yes, we
session?
can.
Yeah,
Move to
I would
adjournment.
like to make a motion, we
Wait a minute.
adjourn. Oh,
What?
sorry.
Does anybody else have anything to say or ask?
You can't. We can only discuss the purpose of this meeting.
Jane, I'm talking about what, the topic.
Okay.
I'm just saying, has anybody else got any comments about the topic? Sharon,
No.
you guys?
Well, they were free to say something while they had the chance. So, okay, Scott,
Make a motion, we adjourn.
I second it.
all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting over.